Here's a look at Bill Fenley, Iowa State's longtime head coach. He's in his 28th season, 700-plus wins overall in 35 years as a college head coach. He's been 28 postseasons, 23 NCAAs. What an outstanding resume he's got. And to his left, you see his son, Billy Fenley, also on staff there at Iowa State.
He's seen about everything, and this is one of his best teams. He'll tell you that. He doesn't shy away from it. He embraces that, and they like their team this year.
Cable Laube picks up the pivot foot, called for the travel. It's already 6 turnovers on UNI. That's been one of the big differences in the game so far.
It really has. 5 for 6 from the floor early for UNI, and they're trailing by 3. Not a great stat because of those 6 turnovers.
We've got a foul called inside. That'll be team foul number 3 on UNI. Both teams have 3 fouls. Reminder, in women's college basketball, fouls reset at the end of every quarter, and you shoot 2 once you get 5. There is no 1-and-1. Danae Fritz will re-enter the game for the Cyclones, replaces Lexi Donarski.
Interesting, Danae Fritz was actually born in Ames, Iowa, but grew up near Nashville. Mom was doing some sort of professional type assignment there in Ames, and happened to be born in Ames, Iowa, and turns around, ends back up there, making threes and making plays for Iowa State.
Emily Ryan puts in the 3-pointer. This is Kaylin Morgan with the basketball, puts it up, gets the friendly roll. Morgan gets the bucket. And what an athletic family she comes from. Has 2 siblings that have played here. Currently her brother Marcus Morgan plays baseball at Iowa. Unbelievably athletic family for Morgan out of Coralville.
Iowa City West graduate.
And Coach Warren said she really liked the bench minutes that she got out of Morgan in that win over St. Louis on Sunday, as Fritz gets the offensive board. Out to Jones. Ryan gets another look from 3. Wharton contends it. Looks like we will have a tie-up. Possession arrow favors the Panthers, so we will go the other way.
Starting to get a little testy out there.
A couple starters back in for UNI. Cam Finley as well as Grace Buffelli. And Stephanie Suarez will re-enter for the Cyclones, replacing Morgan Kane.
Really like how both coaches are subbing early. You want to make sure you get people early into the game early, so that if they need to play in the 4th quarter, it's not the first time they've been into the game. I love how both coaches are attack the rotation here early in the game.
Especially in such an emotional environment like this, in-state rivalry, very nice sized crowd. Certainly want them to get their feet underneath them and not have to try to go to them in the 4th quarter when they're cold. Finley will pull up for the jumper. That's good. Cam Finley puts it in. UNI 7 of 8 from the field, and they're down by 2.
And it's not bad defense. UNI is just making shots, and I think that's what's frustrating Coach Finley right now, is they're guarding, but they're not having anything to show for it.
Wharton went to the deck, but they regroup. Inside to Suarez. Not much you can do there. Cynthia Wolf, about the tallest player UNI's got, listed at 6'3", but just no match for the 6'6" Suarez.
Just a smart play by Danae Fritz. She kind of wanted to shoot that 3, but she decided to go inside to 6'6" Suarez. Smart play by the freshman.
Finley uses the screen, gets to the rim, but it's blocked when she gets there. Suarez swats it away, and Fritz picks up the defensive rebound.
And that length at the rim is really the difference when you step up from playing Missouri Valley Conference play to playing in a Big 12 or Big 10 team.
Jones can't finish inside. Finley takes the pass from Wharton. A couple of high school teammates handed off there. Both natives right here in Cedar Falls. Finley takes it in, gets bumped by Jones, and Cam Finley will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. That's good news if you're a Panther fan. She's shooting at 87% from the line so far this year.
Here's the replay, and that's one thing Coach Finley will not like. You cannot let Cameron Finley go to her left hand. Downhill, it's going to be a tough night if you let her get to that left hand.
As I said, Finley, a native of right here in Cedar Falls, making career start number 49 here tonight. And just when I hype up her free throw percentage, she misses the first. 19-15 the score. Free throws were very much a problem that season opener. The win over St. Thomas. Missed, I believe it was 16 free throws in that game, which is very uncharacteristic of UNI, as Finley puts in the second. Lexi Donarski running the point guard here for the Cyclones. She will pop a 3-pointer. She can't get it to go. And McDermott goes among the trees and gets the rebound.
This is where McDermott thrives. Downhill, making decisions, driving kick.
McDermott learned so much under Cam Finley the past 2 years and trying to use that to her advantage. And looks like we're going to have an offensive foul called on the Panthers. That'll go down as their 7th turnover and their 4th team foul.
It's an illegal screen on Camp. Just no need to set a ball screen on a 6'6" kid, 6 feet from the basket. Just kind of spacing was thrown off there, and poor decision by Finley turns into a turnover.
Riley Wright back into the game for UNI, making just her 2nd career start. She gets blown by there, and Lexi Donarski puts it up off the glass for 2, and it's Cyclones by 5.
She's not going to miss too many layups. She already missed 2 layups. She was not going to miss a 3rd.
Buffelli going inside. Puts it up, no good, but she is fouled. Good take by Grace Buffelli. She's got 6 points so far. She has a chance to make it 7 or 8 at the line.
It's been Iowa State's 5th team foul, but each spread out across 5 players, so no one has 2 fouls yet. Keep an eye on that as we get into the 2nd quarter. Buffelli with some nice early minutes for UNI.
Buffelli puts in the first free throw. So far this year, she's shooting at 41% from the line. Really struggled there in game 1, but was much better on Sunday. Puts in the second. Buffelli's got 8. So far through almost a quarter, UNI's doing just what you said they needed to do. They're sticking around. That's right within striking distance, and if they can do that all night, good things can happen.
Well, when you're rated in the top 10 of the country like Iowa State is, the later the game goes where it's close, the more pressure that Iowa State's going to feel, especially as the road team. So you just want to stay connected, hang around, and have a chance to steal that thing in the last 4 minutes of the 4th quarter.
About a 2-second difference between the shot and game clock. Ryan being very heavily pressured by Wright. Out to Suarez. She'll try to go inside. Good drive inside by Suarez. Beats the shot clock buzzer. And that will do it for our first quarter of play here from the McLeod Center. 23-18. Iowa State, the number 7 team in the country, leading the UNI Panthers by 5 through 10 minutes of basketball. You're watching The Valley on ESPN. 15-6 Panthers. Alden sets it up for Chernagel. It's sent back, but Holterhouse is there. Peterson sets Chernagel this time. That's trouble. Over towards the bench. Good job by Lutz to somehow get all the way over there, and McBride saves it. That hustle's going to be erased in a hurry, however, as in the middle, Carly Spies sets it down.
Great hustle, like you said, just to keep that point alive, and then UNI running fast, knowing that the Belmont defense is out of sorts. Spies able to put it away.
You see it a lot on those crazy out-of-system plays. A lot of times it ends up in a quick point for the team regardless. Great dig by Peterson. That was coming in hot. Fallert on the attack, and that is just long. Had the right idea, but just a touch long that time from Kira Fallert.
Really great dig from Sydney to keep that point going. It's always one of those when you get that great dig and you just want to hammer it. So you see Kira there bringing so much power, but sails it long.
Chernagel gets the kill. That was down in a hurry. UNI leads it by 10, 17-7. And you mentioned Sydney Peterson getting a great dig. I touched on Bailey Peterson going over 1,000 for her career. I feel like that's probably the biggest difference in this Panther team from last season is those two. As there's a service ace for Carly Spies. She keeps this Panther offense going. But with Peterson, sisters coming in, with Bailey with the injury last year and Sydney transferring, it's been a huge help for that back row of the Panthers. The dig from Lutz sends it back over the net. Rado with a tip in the middle, but Sturkle is there. Alden sets it up. Chernagel will take a swing. Good dig by McBride. A little push in the middle. Spies will take the back row attack, but not necessarily a position she finds herself in too often, and sends it into the net.
That was a tough one just to get her feet there. In order to get your approach, your feet have to be in a good spot, get your shoulders in line, and she was just a little bit jumbled there, unfortunately.
And she comes off. She's not too worried about it. Laughs it off. So back in there shortly.
She's still happy about her ace
before.
Certainly.
No doubt about it. As Rado sends that one back down, Panthers extend their lead 19-8. Panthers really taking care of business in the McLeod Center so far tonight.
Good defense. You talked about it right now. A really strong backcourt for UNI with Ahrensdorf and then the two Peterson sisters.
Peyton Ahrenstorff long on that serve. I mentioned a moment ago she is very aggressive on her serve, which means she has 24 aces on the year, but it also means she just picked up her 41st error. She's almost a service and then defensive specialist when she comes in, so you'll take that with a player like that as long as you get the aces with the errors sometimes. Ahrenstorff has to hustle after that one, couldn't get there, and that will be a service ace for Elizabeth Godfrey. There's another look. Sydney just didn't get it quite how she wanted.
Yep, good float serve through that zone. The tap of the antenna into the net, just driving it through that area.
That one is sent down and stays in play. Inga Rado continues her efficient night so far. And that is kill number 5 on 11 attacks without an error.
Going sideline to sideline there, Inga on her slide approach. And no errors yet, very efficient.
Fowler on the serve. O'Brien sets it up for Gilliland, but it's sent back. But it's going to go out of play. And the point for Belmont.
We've seen Brooke from Belmont on the outside do that a couple times, just has a knack for using the block, tooling it out of bounds there. UNI really wanting to press and turn their hands in just to give them a shot. Sometimes it doesn't always work.
Serve from Kristen Clemens was long, and UNI leads by 10, 21-11. And here's a new face entering the game for UNI. Leanna Green is in there. I believe this is the first action she's seen. Green, a sophomore, 6-foot middle blocker out of Waukee. Alden gets the dig. Ahrenstorff sets it up for another new face. Megan Whitty on the attack. And Megan Whitty comes in and gets the kill. Whitty, a 6-foot sophomore out of Council Bluffs, playing in her 8th match of the season.
Nice swing from Whitty coming in after almost 2 full sets here. She's warm, she's ready, she swings away. Love the power that she brings.
And that will be a service error from Sydney Peterson. It's 22-12. And I mentioned Leanna Green came in. She played at Waukee High School, and her coach was the former Candace Burke, who was a libero here at UNI.
Candace was a teammate of mine back in the day.
And that was some miscommunication there. That'll happen sometimes when some new faces come in.
Yep. Sydney going after it, though. She's like, hey, here's my chance to get a kill. No, that was good effort. You're right. Just a miscommunication.
Sydney was going for kill number 1 of the season. Believe it or not, liberos don't get kills all that often. Megan Whitty nearly does, and she will, in fact. Megan Whitty comes in after sitting on the bench, or nobody actually sits, but standing along the bench all night.
Dancing on the bench.
Well, maybe that's why she's playing so well.
Exactly. She's warm. She's ready. She had her shoulders loose.
The dancing's act is some form of calisthenics, and she's come in ready to go. A little tip, but Whitty's there, nearly a collision. Peterson sets up Chernagel, sent back, but Peterson's there. Alden to Whitty. How about a third? Megan Whitty comes in and gets 3 kills when she only had 17 on the year. That gives her 20 this season.
Good court awareness there. UNI covering their hitters initially, and then Whitty with the tip.
And that is fun to see. Some players that don't play all that much coming in and not just playing, but playing very well. Whitty will try it again. So that one is dug. McBride to Gilliland. Great dig by Fowler. Alden sets up Whitty. They're going to her. That one just gets over. Godfrey had to do everything in her power to keep that one from going out of play, but Megan Whitty gets her 4th kill. She's telling Coach Peterson she wants some more playing time, and that one is the winner. Missouri State 4-4-2 on the season. They are 1-0-1 in Missouri Valley Conference play. They came to Des Moines, Iowa on Thursday and tied with Drake 1-1. UNI is 4-4-1 this season. They are 500 at 1-1 in Missouri Valley Conference play. They gave up the game winner in the 87th minute to Valparaiso to lose 1-0 back on the 17th. And on Thursday, they went to Normal, Illinois, where they shut out the Redbirds 3-0. Harrington, Heinch, and Hazen all found the back of the net in that one. Warrington got the game winner. Mentioned she is not in the lineup today. That's the first time she has not played or started this season. So like you said, Spencer, that'll be a big hole to try to fill in this Panther attack.
Definitely, and just looking at the last week for the Panthers too, that showing against Valpo, that's picked to be the top of the conference. So it's a good showing. It's one that you kind of a little bit sorry for yourself that you let it slip away, but just that result alone really shows that they can play with anybody in the conference.
We are underway here from the UNI soccer field. Panthers wearing the white jerseys and the purple shorts. Missouri State in all maroon, as the Panthers will work left to right on your screen, and Missouri State working right to left. Coming up the field now is Gracie English for the Bears, and that one's going to be kicked out of play. Good job by Ott to get her foot in there and stop a potential early opportunity.
Yeah, and Siri Ott, really solid center back. They moved her to that position earlier just a few games ago. Physical, athletic presence on the back line for the Panthers.
Ott, a product of Waverly Shell Rock High School, as are quite a few of these talented young ladies out here. Waverly just a short drive away from Cedar Falls. They have quite the girls soccer program over there.
Yeah, and Coach Erickson's done a good job of keeping a pipeline there. Really, really important to have that. Getting your solid high school programs, feeding your D1 programs in the state. It's an important piece to the puzzle.
Grace O'Keefe has it now. She was the Offensive Player of the Week in the Missouri Valley Conference for this previous week. Sends one towards goal, and the save is made by Caitlin Richards. She'll, of course, be a key for this UNI team. Richards has started every game but one. She did not start senior day, but other than that, she has been the option at goalkeeper. And she's averaging 1.8 goals allowed per game.
Yeah, Caitlin Richards, solid player. You see it's really important, too, early in the match for a goalkeeper to get their hands on it. That wasn't quite the easiest save for her. Some traffic and something to deal with. Another kind of tricky piece in this half for her is going to be there's a heavy wind going kind of right at her, right in her face, so something to kind of watch out for. As far as, Missouri looking to have some shots, or those crosses can be a little trickier to judge with those wind gusts.
Neither of these teams have had real offensive explosions except for UNI's 5-0 win against St. Ambrose, as Heinz brings it up the field. She also won the Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Week honors earlier this season, looking to get downhill. And the tackle is made for a moment by Kylie Jackson. Heinz gets it back, sends it towards goal, but it's going to be sent away by Jenna Anderson.
Good work from Heinz. She would have maybe liked to do a little better with that cross, her final piece.
They get it over to Kneffley now. She'll look to go to work. Gets by for a moment, but it'll be kicked away. And Missouri State will look to control. It's tipped again. And now back to Hazen for the Panthers. Here comes Balistreri. Sends it ahead. That will get out of play.
Balistreri just a little off on that pass. She's in a really good area. She takes a little bit off that pass. Kneffley just a real presence down the right wing, and she'll kind of work all over the pitch as well.
Sophia Balistreri, a freshman out of Muskego, Wisconsin. This is just her second start of the season. She wasn't really getting much playing time early in the year, but she's proved herself off the bench, and she's gotten the nod to the starting lineup. Yeah,
and she's really just kind of gained confidence throughout the first, non-conference schedule and working her way into a lineup, and that's nice to see for the freshman.
And now here comes Fosnow, sends it towards the goal, and it's in there as Joey Fosnow scores her third goal of the season. That's best on the team, and Missouri State strikes first early on in this contest.